Archmates, this be your captain speaking. Captain's log 592021-1. Archmates, this is a continuation of my spirituality series. This one I'm going to label sort of, and the journey continues. But I want to talk about surrender. One of the greatest gifts you can give yourself is surrender. Okay, and the greatest conflict that I ever had to overcome within myself was my inability to surrender, particularly when it comes to my ego or self. Many of us interpret that as self creates this illusion that I got rights. It doesn't matter the application. Ego will always try to tell us that we have this illusion of worth, whether it be monetarily or with all the little accessories that life has got in store. I'm here to tell you that if your fucking worth isn't based upon the God of your understanding or your higher power, you're living a fucking fantasy. That ain't reality. Your worth is not based upon the size of your fucking paycheck. Your worth is not based upon all the fucking toys you have. Your worth is not based upon who you say you are. And at least for me, my conflict was always from within, okay? Because I was not in harmony with the God of my understanding, because I was not in harmony with my purpose. And I'm going to talk about something here. Let's just set aside all the spiritual stuff. Let's just observe the world around us. Maybe you get a better idea of what I'm saying about the ego and the self. All right, the whole world around us, the trees, the animals, and all these things, right? And supposedly we're the highest order of it all. Okay, all right. Does the tree serve itself? Does it provide shade for itself? Does it bear fruit for itself? Does it eat its own fruit? The same with everything that is in the world around us. It has a purpose, and it serves that purpose freely. We as humans, being the highest order of all this, we are the only species that does not. Rarely is the event that we participate in the serving of others. We're too busy selfishly serving ourselves, because we got rights. You ain't got no fucking rights. I hate to break this to you. The only fucking rights you got, if your rights aren't based upon who you are spiritually and in that relationship, your rights it's just a fucking illusion. It's just an illusion. Hate to break it to you. All right? And the reason you have conflict in your life is because you have the struggle from within, because you haven't fucking surrendered. Okay? I don't care whether you believe what I believe. What I believe is not dependent upon you believing me. I'm just telling you that if you want freedom, then that freedom will only come from surrender. Surrendering to your purpose, surrendering to the manifestation of the God of your understanding in your life and fulfilling that purpose. When you're outside of that, that's why you have conflict. That's why you're angry all the fucking time. That's why little shit pisses you off. Because you're not in harmony. It's all about the great I ain't got shit. You know, the divine nature of things is to serve. Period. Until you learn to surrender to that. And that's an ongoing thing. You know, that manifests itself. You know, there are many great blessings to be in harmony with the higher. Why do you think you've survived all the bullshit? Most of you that listen to me come from a 12-step program, and you know the horrors of addiction. What, you think you were just willy-nilly picked out of the fucking mug? There's purpose in your restoration. And if you don't know what that is, maybe you ought to start surrendering to that, start looking into that, whether you get in communion with the God of your understanding. You know, there are a whole host of resources available to us if you but just choose to look. Set aside all the bullshit that you've been indoctrinated into, all the bullshit that you've been taught. And just sit down with the God of your understanding and just say, teach me. Because I don't know about you, but I know me. All right, I don't know a fucking thing. I ask the God of my understanding every day to teach me, lead me, guide me. I choose willingly to serve that divine purpose today. I don't fight any longer. It's much more peaceful that way. I have much more serenity in life. I enjoy my life a whole hell of a lot more. I get to be whoever the fuck I want to be. And you know what that is? Believe it or not, despite all the good, the bad, the ugly, because I'm in no way, shape, or form perfect in any way. But because I have yielded myself to the divine purpose of things, I am the reflection of the God of my understanding in this world today. I am a light in the great darkness. And I will continue to always speak truth. Whether it offends you or not, I don't really give a shit. And just because my truth may not be your truth, don't throw it away. Because truth is always an ever-evolving event within you. What isn't true for you today may be true tomorrow. That's the divine purpose of things. Now I'm just asking you, where's your surrender at? Come on, take a look. Look in the mirror, take a hard look. What's your life like? Do you really like where you're at? Well, there's really only one way to change that. And that's by surrendering. By applying some basic principles. Honesty, open-mindedness, and willingness. There are two principles that guide me today. Okay? And that's love and that's compassion. And I know some of you are like, oh, the captain? You don't know the measure of my heart. The measure of my heart weeps for many of you because there's so much more there, but you just choose not to fucking see it. You'd rather Keep your anger, keep your bitterness, keep your unforgiveness, because that's all you know. Well, if you want freedom, if you want peace, you want to know what love really is? Only you can set yourself free. Surrender. Well, we'll see how many friends I have after this. But try it. It's a wonderful thing. Be well, be blessed. Happy Mother's Day, all you mothers out there.